Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. Okay, so seems the audio is good. There's a lot of background noise. I'm so sorry for that. It's very hot where I am. There's just the computer is overheating, the ventilation is on. It's just the way it is now in summer. This is why I usually do live streams in any season. Oh my gosh, in any season aside from summer, because it is so unbearably hot. So we're gonna be starting the stream shortly. Just waiting for everybody to kind of gather. So hi, hello everyone, and welcome to my live stream. I'm going to be continuing this illustration. I'm really hoping I'll be able to finish it. Fingers crossed. If I don't finish it during this live stream, I'll finish it offline. Because I don't think I'll have time to do another live stream for it. I'm probably gonna still do some stuff in the background as well, like extra lighting and details and things that I notice like later on. There we go, just opening the chat so everybody can message me. There we go. Nope, not this one. So hope you're all doing okay. It's been a heat wave kind of like everywhere in the world from what I've seen. It's just a hot mess. Apologies again for the audio. My computer is not trying to take off the runway. It's just very hot. Hey, probably Cthulhu. Hi there. Welcome. Can you hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? I'm always concerned that the audio has issues and I'm talking to myself again. It has happened before. Yep. Okay. I know I talk too low, so I'm always like trying to talk more loudly. But then my mouth gets dry quicker. And I start to sound like I'm dying. I am not. My mouth is just dry. So this is a commission from Kairani, a friend and also a small business owner. She has also an organization that supports indie creators. So she's really awesome. Link in the description below to her Twitter and her Discord server if you want to check out Team Mana Up. This is the second illustration of a series of 3 she commissioned. Let me see where I have the old one to show you guys. There we go. So this is what I did the previous 2 live streams, and well, actually more than that, the 3rd and 4th. And previous live stream I did this, and I gotta finish this illustration. And there'll be a 3rd one, but I'm gonna start the Ghibli live streams again. I want to get some more stuff done on that. Trent is working on fixing Mermaid Island issues. Well, issues, like I said, for most people it works just fine, but there are some people that use a lot of mods. So there's some compatibility issues, so he's trying to get on top of that and, you know, talk with other modders and things like that. Let me get like the darker one. Reset tool, harden. There we go. And I'm gonna try and do sort of a lilac shaped bloom here. There we go. Gotta draw all those itty bitty flowers. I know it can seem tedious and time consuming for a lot of people. I find it relaxing to draw a million flowers. I don't mind it. Usually I'll listen to a podcast and kind of do each flower. I kind of like how it looks if instead of, you know, using like a brush and just redoing like one generic flower that somebody else will be having in an illustration. I kind of like the uniqueness of it. Personal preference, not exactly the most efficient or logical way to do flowers for sure. There's so many brushes, custom brushes, or just presets that you can use. And of course I can do my own custom brushes. Photoshop is very easy to do that in them. Kind of one of the few things I can say good about Photoshop. Sorry, what podcast do you like? So sorry, I didn't see the question immediately. Let me just enlarge the text. There we go, 125%. I am looking at a side screen, which kind of the reason why my Clip Studio Paint isn't working. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of the blending off screen, because if I have two computer screens like I have now, Clip Studio Paint stylus lags. I'm gonna probably do a tutorial about that one to help other people know what's going on. So what podcast do I like? So obviously top for me is Neil deGrasse Tyson's Star Talk. Let me just type that in. Neil deGrasse Tyson Star Talk, because I know with English it's kind of difficult to guess how something is written if you don't know. Which is a pretty awesome podcast. Also it's long, which I like because I work a lot of long hours. So if a podcast is 5 hours, I do not mind. His I think are 1 to 2 hours, so I'll listen to a couple of them. Of course I can listen to audiobooks as long as I don't need to use my eyes for whatever is being discussed. I'm good. Another podcast that I like is All Shift X. He does commentary on TV series I enjoy, so I'll also maybe watch a TV series I'm not that interested in. So, for example, there was this obscure Marvel production with Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And kind of worked and watched it from the side. Definitely not a piece of art, but it was fairly nice, and I was kind of running out of something to watch, so I was like, oh, this is in my feed, awesome, I'll watch this. And I enjoyed Luke Cage. It wasn't a great TV series, but I was happy to see like a black superhero, because I was kind of curious what that would be like without it being tokenism or catering or just some sad adaptation, because there are a lot of those going on and they're not great. And I thought that the Luke Cage one was pretty good. And it was a bit more lower on the scale, like on the budget and everything like that, and I do like those as well. It doesn't need to be a lot of big explosions. I can do with like a more down-to-earth superhero. I tried the Cloak and Dagger series, but it was like too teenagey for me, and I was like, I am past that demographic. I never liked teen films when I was a teenager, and like now I completely missed the market for it, I guess. I kind of watched it more towards the end, again because there was a black character, and I was like, let's see what this is going with. Well, like too much teenage drama for me. She-Hulk is coming out now, which I'm hoping it'll be interesting because I do like my lawyer shows. Was kind of one of the reason I wanted to watch Daredevil, but it wasn't keeping my attention, so I kind of don't even remember what happened in Daredevil. Not enough court stuff anyway, from what I remember. I know when I was a kid I was watching Ally McBeal. Highly intellectual show. Was up my level. I don't know why my parents let me watch that show, if I'm gonna be honest. It's not really for kids. But I guess they were like, better than letting her watch Sailor Moon. Which I tried as an adult now to watch Sailor Moon. And I remember when I was little, my mom wouldn't let me. And I was like, I want to watch. And now I'm like, ooh, I kind of understand why she wasn't too big of a fan of the show. Did not age well on many topics. But the aesthetic was kind of nice, I guess. It was a fun show from what I remember. I kind of prefer to keep the memory than the actual show. Like a lot of things are better than are worse than you remember them as a kid. Oh, there's a new adaptation for A League of Your Own, the first female baseball league. That kind of was created during World War II while the men in US were away. Because for those of you who don't know, I think baseball's only played in America. Like, I don't know any other countries that play baseball. Maybe Japan. Anyway, they weren't playing at the time. I'm pretty sure of it. I've seen a couple of minutes from the new series, and I was like, this is so bad. I'm gonna watch the old one, see if they really fixed it. And I watched the old one yesterday, and I was like, it's better than I remember it. A lot of jokes went over my head as a kid that I can now appreciate. I would say that what was lacking in the first one, and I guess for whatever reasons they couldn't get into, there were no black women in the team because they did like the first, like the really early first year, and there weren't any black women, so you couldn't put any, and it was a 2-hour film, so you couldn't develop on it. And you just have a nod where a white woman throws a baseball to the black woman. That's in the original, the 90s film. And it's just an acknowledgement, and then nothing happens with it. And from what I've seen in the trailer and the poster, in the new one, they're gonna have black women. So I'm like, that's, I guess, awesome. Because they can expand, since it's a TV series, they can do all of the things that they couldn't in the first one. Oh, so if it's Canada and the US, it's international world. Awesome. Yeah, I think you got like 3 countries that play baseball. The rest do cricket. So I'm hoping that the new remake will expand on that better. The few minutes that I've seen from the first episode had some pretty inappropriate jokes that are not for me, so I was like, I don't know if I'm willing to watch this. Maybe if I'll get desperate and I'll run out of stuff to watch, I'll watch the new League adaptation. But what I've seen so far was like, it's not for me. But I hope that since it is a TV series, they'll have way more time to expand on all the stuff that they couldn't in the film, such as adding African Americans and whatever else happened with baseball. I can't say I'm passionate about baseball to know and comment on the subject. I'm more of a rugby fan. Romania actually has a rugby team. It's terrible, but we have one. I remember when I was 12, I went to a rugby match. My dad took me, and we played our country against New Zealand, and they like completely wiped the floor with us. It was 86-11, and it would have been 86-6, but they let us score 5 more scores, so just so it wouldn't be too terrible of a game. I kind of wanted to like, let him score, you know, like you let little kids score. So, thank you, New Zealand, for the pity scoring. And I kind of stopped watching Romanian team after that one. I just watched the New Zealand one, and they played against France and South Africa and other like huge rugby players. France also has a great team of rugby players. American Samoa, Togo, like you wouldn't expect such small island nations to have a good team of anything, but they do. So for me, that's all more impressive. Like they have a handful of people on the whole island, and they're all international level rugby players. Like, wow. And so yeah, also there was the series Miss Marvels on Disney Plus, with a superhero that is Pakistani, and she's gonna be in the new Captain Marvel series or film or whatever it's gonna be. So I was kind of curious about that one, so I watched that series. It's very teenage oriented. She falls in love with her cousin, which is kind of weird. I'm like, this is what kids are into these days. But the film director is Indian, so maybe, I don't know, the script writers might have been poking fun of something there, of stereotypes. Yeah, so there's this superhero. She's named Kamala. She's a Muslim. I come from a half Muslim family, so I was like, oh, let's see how they treat this, because I know Pakistani are pretty hardcore religious people. They're not like Turks used to be. I mean, Turks have gone off the rails as well. But I was like, let's see how this is going. And I know there are a lot of jokes about British people, about Alabama, and about Pakistan. And she does kind of seem to have a crush on this guy that is her cousin. And fortunately, they dropped that plot line, because I was like, ugh. No. Yeah. Please don't. I've seen Game of Thrones. I don't need more of that in my life. And it's like, coming from a Disney, like that's not what you expect in a Disney show. So I'm glad they only teased it and didn't go full with that one, because I was like, that's not great representation. Because I know if I was Pakistani, I wouldn't want Disney to lead with that. Like, hey, let's learn about Pakistani culture. Did you know? That's what they do over there. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they do other things. So yeah, wasn't too keen on that one. But I was curious to see if they were gonna tease Secret Invasion or something like that. So I was like, okay, let's see. Are we gonna get something interesting from this show? Yeah, his alien cousin, something. He's from another dimension. I don't want to give away too many spoilers. I'm not sure exactly what the level of relationship was between the characters, because they seem to be like immoral and whatever, and they were outcasts and something happened plot. But he introduced himself as the cousin, so maybe he wasn't, but like that's what I remember. So anyway, I was interested to see like what they're gonna do. Honestly, I can't tell the difference between Pakistani and Indian aside from and they say the religion is different. And like I said, half my family's Turkish, Tatar, stuff like that, and my grandmother has never worn a headscarf. Like, actually, I have relatives, they're 80 years old, women, have went to Iran to some big mosque or whatever, and the priest there was like, oh, you need to cover your head, ma'am. Like, we cannot allow you in the mosque without your head covered, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, where in the Quran does that say? And she started quoting the Quran to him. You're like, a big argument. And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And we're like, arguing over technicalities relating to the Quran. And in the end, they kind of let her sort of enter without the headscarf, but then she like wasn't welcome and got kicked out or something. I don't remember. It was a long story. Anyway, she was upset and she's not going to that mosque anymore. Like, I don't think you can give Yelp reviews to mosques, but if she could, she would probably. And be like, they're not following the Quran correctly. 1 star. I have some funny elderly relatives. But yeah, things have changed for sure. Like in Turkey, they started wearing way more headscarves than they used to. And that was a weird change for me from what I remember Turkey to be like. Great sign. And my elderly Muslim female in the family were saying that this is just some Wahhabi nonsense, blah blah blah. That this is not normal, this is not the way. Can't say I care that much, because in Christianity as well, you kind of have to cover your head all the time. Heaven forbid you show an ankle or whatever, so I'm kind of used to just religion doing this, so can't really tell the difference, but like I said, elderly relatives that are in the know and care about these things, like this was kind of what they were telling me. Kind of not great shape here. Gotta elongate this. Anyway, She-Hulk is coming tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. So far, the first trailer was really bad. And I was kind of a bit afraid that it's gonna be like all girl power, be mean to guys sort of thing, but it doesn't seem like it is gonna be that. It's gonna be okay. And I saw this like really big round spaceship when she has that car crash of hers. So again, I'm hyped for Secret Invasion. Like, is that gonna be part of the scroll? Secret Invasion? What? Because we've seen the Nick Fury version kind of be a scroll, one of his, and they were saying that that scroll has played Nick Fury before because of the way Nick Fury made his sandwich, because he usually always makes it in triangles, and that scroll didn't do it in triangles. And like people were speculating online a lot about it. So that sandwich sparked a lot of theory crafting. And I guess I'm here for the drama of the sandwich. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of getting worried for Nick Fury because I know the actor is getting on in age, and I'm like, what's gonna happen to him? Who's gonna play him? Though Samuel L. Jackson does not act and look his age. I mean, I think I looked him up for something for his filmography or something, and the guy's like, what, 70? How old is he? Yeah, he did. Oh, also Sandra Bullock, whatever cosmetic surgeon she goes to, he does great work with her. I saw her in The Lost City of D. Let me write that for you. Lost City of D with Channing Tatum. She looked great. Also fun film, I recommend it. Let's see. Samuel L. Jackson. How old are you? 73 years old. 73. And I think Anthony Hopkins is getting close to 90. He's just not gonna die, and I'm here for it. He's gonna live forever. It's all of those livers he had while he is playing Hannibal Lecter. He sapped the youth out of his victims. I don't know. I guess it's a combination of good genes and good health practices, I guess. I don't know Anthony Hopkins to be a drinker, or smoker, or cocaine, or anything like that, so good for him. He did not go full Hollywood at any point. Turns out Romania has a baseball team. You don't say. I've never heard of them. I would have been less surprised if we had a cricket team. Like, there's no reason for us to have a cricket team, but if we had one, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm curious though, our baseball team, has it ever been able to enter any of the leagues? Because you kind of have to win some to even enter the league, and then you can play, and you have, I guess, a chance at the finals and semifinals and stuff like that. It's the Confederation of European Baseball. Did not know that existed. I'm surprised people in Europe are interested in baseball. I've never met a person in my life in Romania that is interested in baseball. Like, I've met people that play rugby, that are interested in rugby. Tennis is a big thing. Football is a big thing. But baseball, oh, good for them if it makes them happy. It's big in France. France likes baseball. I've never heard of that. But I guess they learned it in the Second World War from Americans, so maybe there's some certain nostalgia there that I'm not aware of because I don't live in France. What? CEB Championship. Championship of European Baseball? No, I don't know. CEB, what's a CEB? Ah, yeah, sorry. You wrote above. I'm surprised we won. But I guess if we were playing against France and France is only interested in football, then probably the competition wasn't too high. Because I doubt the Romanian baseball team gets any funding of a serious nature whatsoever. And without funding, it's kind of hard to win championships because you need equipment, you need training, you need stuff like that, and without money, you don't get them. It's as simple as that. Also, buying players that are any good, you need money for that. So us winning is very weird because we're poor. And I just don't see them ever investing money in baseball in Romania. But I'm glad that we did win, so we have something to show for. That's nice. Good for them. Make the country proud. Bulgaria. Bulgaria is so small. There are like 3 million people. How many people are in Bulgaria? Let me check. Bulgaria population. 7 million almost. So you're telling me that a country that isn't European, in Europe, sorry, like Germany with 80 million people or the UK with 80 million people didn't have a baseball team that could beat Bulgaria and Romania? I'm like, oh my god, the priorities, like where's the funding been going to? That they managed to lose to Bulgaria and Romania. That is one lucky situation. I can't imagine how that went. Because again, I've said, kids here in Romania play football on the street all the time since they were little. You definitely have a big pool of people you can select from for talent. Ah, Junior League. Okay. Yeah, like probably that was just a fluke. Like the stars aligned somehow. For example, Romania won the Junior League for tennis in some year. Actually, a classmate of mine from high school, she was the one that won it for women. So it's like tennis, junior tennis, female junior tennis, and that's what we won. So it's like super obscure stuff that is not well financed in any country, because like female sports is poorly funded everywhere. So it's kind of like, if you have some great talent, that's gonna win, because there's like not much training or anything like that. So competition is somewhat more fair. There's less doping as well, because like, who cares about female rugby or female football or female anything? They're so poorly funded, they can't even afford doping even if they wanted to. So it's kind of can be more fair, I guess. The stakes are less, the pressures. Because I'm sure there are guys that would like to not dope, but the situation is just so bad. Yeah, I mean, we do have a strong sportsman culture, I would say. Sports is encouraged a lot. It's gotten less and less, like people have gotten way lazier, for sure. It's just a world trend at this point. It's not like it's a Romanian thing, but because of communism, you know, the only ways out of the country were if you were a good sports person. You would get chances to go outside and blah blah blah, and that lasted for a while. It's definitely been petering out ever since. Like, there are new priorities now. People want to be, I don't know, engineers or doctors or something like that, and leave the country that way. And a lot of them are. Like, we do have a severe brain drain to the point that the government has these really genius legislation that aren't abusive whatsoever, in where you're not allowed, if you're a person of value, to leave the country more than 5 years. That's the case for example, physicists. So if you're a physicist, you cannot work outside of the country for more than 5 years, and getting a waiver on that is really complicated paperwork wise. It's just designed to be a nightmare that you give up and return home, sort of situation. So there's that. And for example, Romania has an understanding with US for this stuff, so technically America has to kick you out and not give you a visa extension because they have this understanding with the Romanian government. So if you're working in the US as a physicist, you kind of have to go back, or the US will kind of kick you out. Unless you get a waiver, like I said, and it's a nightmare to get one. I won't bore you with the details. I've gone over it in other live streams. I don't want to repeat it because I'm exhausted by the sheer stupidity of it. And of course they don't guarantee you a job, so like, you're forced to return, but you might not have a job. thank you for coming by. And good luck with your day. I know those of you that are in the Western Hemisphere is like middle of the day for you, so thank you to all those who drop by and leave a comment or just join us live. I meant to do this Sunday, but I just wasn't feeling up to it. I wasn't feeling well, and I try not to overdo it and push myself too hard. And yeah, thank you again for watching and for all of your support and all the likes and subs and things like that that help me out with my channel. Thank you to all those who answer in the polls just to help me figure out which direction to take the channel. I always love hearing from you guys, kind of the feedback of what you'd be interested in. Because of course I'm not telepathic, and it helps me kind of have some more better direction. I don't know. I'm just mostly doing this for fun because I enjoy it when other people do it. I like going to other artists' live streams and just talking, chatting about art and stuff, learn about new things. For example, I've learned about Clip Studio Paint from another artist's live stream, because they were using Clip Studio Paint and they were happy with it, so I tried it. And I really love the blending options in Clip Studio Paint, I have to admit. I do enjoy it a lot. I think they're the best that I've ever had in any program. But like I said, there's the issue with the dual screen, that the pen lags. So I kind of can't do it. I can't use Clip Studio Paint while I'm doing a live stream, because then I won't be able to read your chats. But I'm hoping that one day Clip Studio Paint might fix this. I don't know, I might try and email them again, see what they have to say about it, because last time I emailed them, the issue was not resolved. So I'm gonna try again. Maybe this time I'll get like a better more tech savvy person on the other end. I don't know. Because they just asked for irrelevant data about me, and they had no real solution for what was going on. Kind of managed to figure it out by browsing forums and things like that. Just talking to other artists that were using Clip Studio Paint and having the same issue as me. Because I am definitely not the only artist dual screening. There are plenty of artists that do this. And it just seems really basic and normal to me to be able to use more than one screen as an artist. So I'm surprised that this is an issue. So at the moment I'm kind of using a sort of a blendy brush in Photoshop, which is not great, but is better than nothing. And I'm just kind of doing the basics here, and I'll polish in Clip Studio Paint offline, where I can turn off my secondary screen. And it kind of looks so messy now, but at some point it's gonna start looking better, like the other one. And it's always kind of a bit stressful for me when it doesn't look great right off the bat. I saw a meme the other day. I think it was Kronk from Cusco, the Disney film Cusco, animation. And it was Kronk saying, "Oh, it's all coming together now," and that's kind of how I feel with a lot of my illustrations, like terrible, 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 terrible. Oh, it's starting to come together now, and it's starting to look decent. I am not the worst artist ever. There's hope for me still. Like last live stream, I was so concerned about something regarding the illustration, and my friend Kairani in the chat was like, "No, it looks great, it looks fine, it's on your head," and I was like, "No, it's terrible, it's ugly." And then I talked with another friend that is a lot better at drawing animals than I am, and she was like, "No, it's fine. It's not as bad as you think it is." There were some inaccuracies, like the beak is too fat, but I kind of like it chubby like that. It looks more like a penguin than a robin. And I'm like, I don't hate it, I think it's cute. I was more concerned with the feathers being terrible, and I still think they are. But if you zoom out, it's fine. Although I wouldn't say that's the mark of a great artist. If you zoom out, and it's fine. I think it should look great on any level you look at it, but that might just be me. And adding some shading here. I've never really drawn a lot of lilac before, so kind of don't know what I'm doing. Trying my best to do something that looks okay. I've definitely got better at drawing roses over time. I was so bad in the beginning. So absolutely horrible. But you know, with time you kind of learn how to do it. Kind of the steps you have to take, like base color, shading, then detailing. And you have to do it in a certain way so it looks good. And definitely I would say for art, practice makes better. You do have to draw a lot constantly, and if you haven't drawn something in a long time, you kind of forget how to do it, and it's just terrible what you're doing. I guess there's some comparison to sports in a way. You get out of shape, how I could say. wanted to discuss with you guys. Like I said, so we're working on fixing Mermaid Island for those that is not working, adding an additional way to get to the island. And initially we're trying to do a warp totem, but with an obelisk as well, but that doesn't seem to be working out because the support mod is broken. So we're gonna be adding sort of a wand, like you have the return scepter, so that's gonna be a Mermaid Island scepter, something like that. And we're gonna be doing maybe a quest, hopefully with the witch. That's kind of what I've been aiming. And you visit her and do some quest for her, and then you'll get the scepter wand thingy. I would definitely like to get the witch more involved in the quests because we're gonna have her in Ghibli Town as well. Oh, another issue is what are we gonna do with the fish? Because we're gonna be adding a lot of fish, and that might interfere with the perfection achievement that you now have in Stardew Valley, which you didn't have before, to get that special animation and event. So kind of what I've been talking with Trent is he was suggesting that we'll have to make like 2 separate mods. We're gonna have more new fish that we already have, and then we're gonna add Ghibli fish and just have them separate. Issue is there's some koi in the more new fish that I would definitely want to have in Ghibli Town, and if I can't have them, we might have to move them, and that might break stuff. So we're gonna have to see like what you guys are interested in. Like, would you be okay with having separate mods, or having an issue with the perfection where you have to like, maybe it's extra labor for you guys? I don't know. I wouldn't see a problem with it, but I don't know. Because I imagine you guys would want every fish anyway, so wouldn't be a big deal. Not sure. We've made Ghibli Town purposefully separate from the vanilla. Like, we haven't turned the Pelican Town into Ghibli. It's like a separate location where you can go, just so that there's no conflict. At the time it was Carmilla's mod that we didn't want to have a conflict with. Since then Stardew Valley Expanded has just taken over everything. And we know a lot of people are using that. And everything we do should be compatible with them. I don't know what they've been up to, so I can't guarantee that, because we don't make their mods, obviously. So you're gonna have to see what happens. If you look from really far away, it looks fine. Okay, so this was the pansy I was trying to do. And I failed, I guess. Okay, let's try and cut this out and do it properly, because they're not overlapping as they should. So we're gonna take this one out. I don't know if you guys can hear Susie. She's meowing at the door because she hears me talking to you. And whenever I talk, she kind of wants to find out what I'm doing. I think she misses being on the live stream and getting goodies from you guys, because on Twitch, for example, and I think you can on YouTube. I don't know exactly, I'll have to check. Like, you can donate money to me, stuff like that, and I would buy, like, I would give her snacks and things, or points if you donated points or gave points, which I think you could buy. I would give her snacks. So maybe she's missing those days. I'm waiting for summer to pass just so I can do maybe live streams with her again. It's very warm at the moment and I just cannot handle her being all up in my business when I'm so already stressed with the heat. And now also she has a baby brother. We have another kitten. His name is Chorizo. Some of you have already seen pictures of him online. He's just the cutest cat ever. He purrs all the time. He's super loving. I'm so happy I adopted him. Well, kidnapped off the street. But that's kind of how you adopt a cat in my country. There's a starving cat on the street, you take it home with you, you adopt it. It seemed to be a stray because he had a lot of little health issues. We've put him on all the medication for conjunctivitis and giardia and whatever else he may have had, and he's doing fine. So that's awesome. And he's growing super fast. And so yeah, maybe I will let him on the live stream if he can behave. I don't know how I'll be able to do that with 2 cats on me, but we'll see, because I know you guys like to see them. So I will try. kind of making all of that purple. And it's kind of a darker one from here. It's like almost black. There's kind of like a bit of red. I kind of don't want red in my illustration, so I'll see how I'll tone it down. Starting to lose my voice. I got one of those mango lemonades from McDonald's, and it is surprisingly tasty. I was surprised by how much I liked it. And I have to say, for all of my travels in over 20 countries that I've been in, Romania's McDonald's is the best McDonald's. I was just surprised how bad it can be in other places. Like McDonald's in the US is just the worst. I'm not even joking. It is so bad. Oops. Okay. Better cut this flower and put it on top. Control-Shift-V. I will try and do a Ghibli live stream either this Saturday or this Sunday. I know the weekends are best for you guys, so I'm gonna try and do that. I'm gonna try and do something earlier than 8, so maybe people from East Asia can join as well. I know I have many people from there that are interested and curious about it. Want to watch me live. We'll have to try and find an hour that is best for everybody. Usually anything that isn't absurdly late for East Asia is kind of too late for a lot of the US. Like if you're on the East Coast, maybe, but if you're on the West Coast, bye-bye. I guess I can do like one that's very early for me, and it will be like afternoon for East Asia, and just very late at night for West America, like California. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know on Discord or on Twitter. Like, what hour should we do? love these colors, how they go together. Okay, let's see if I can do this robin well. Is this my cat meowing? Send my husband a message. Or is this a street cat? Because I have all my windows opened. Because I'm just boiling here with my computer. It is just so hot. Summers be like this. I'm not happy about it. Okay, let's see what brushes I have. Can I do something about this? Probably not with Photoshop brushes. Let's see. Maybe give the Clip Studio Paint fur brushes a try, but it's fur, not feather. Maybe I'll see if I can get a custom pack. I often feel like using these preset brushes a bit of cheating, but I'm so bad at drawing fur and feathers that I'm like, I need the help. Nope. I see OBS is not capturing the menu I'm looking in. I can assure you I am hard at work and very miserable trying to find the right brush. I have a lot of cloud brushes because I don't like drawing clouds. I never do them right and I gave up a long time ago. No, it's not this one. Okay, I'll use the same blendy brush and try and add more definition to the character. Undo. And let's try and do the eyeball. And this is very dark gray, so I'm like, wait. Hardness, here we go. It seemed a bit blurry to me, and I wasn't sure what was going on there. As far as I know, birds don't really blink. They have that membrane. It kind of goes over the eye. In the third eyelid or something it's called. Am I not drawing on the right layer? Curses! My old enemy, the wrong layer. There we go. Slightly better. Painful, honestly. I was looking at some of those AI art generator programs that you supposedly just give it prompts, so you basically tell it what to draw and just vomit something out. And I am somewhat fascinated, somewhat horrified of what it puts out. I don't think I'm gonna be out of a job anytime soon, but it's kind of funny. There were some memes a while back on, I think they started from Tapastic and then just got taken. They started as comic books on Tapastic and then got taken to the wider web. And it was like artists complaining about stuff, and it was one of this artists saying, oh, what people think artists do, and we sit back with our feet up and just tell the computer, oh, I want a dashing knight running through the woods on horseback with dappled light and blah 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 blah. And I was thinking to myself, well, you know, that doesn't sound too bad. That we would do that and just feet up and just tell the computer what to draw. I admit I would be interested in trying it out. Just because I'm not a very good artist. Oops, took the window out. There we go. Just because I'm not a very good artist, so I'm like, the computer would do a better job than me. So I'm not against the idea. Because there are things I want to draw, and to be able to draw them well takes a lot of time and effort, obviously. I haven't drawn a lot of birds. By far, these have been the best birds I've ever drawn. The other ones, some of them are so horrible. I'm even ashamed to show. I've never shared them. Like, I posted when I did them because they seemed okay, but looking back, it's like, why did I do that? It's abomination I've released onto the earth. Let's see, can I? I'm not sure what's going on there. Yeah, it's kind of the nostril and then just fur comes over it. Okay, blendy brush. No, that's kind of like the deepest part. There we go. I think I did it better on the old illustration, the other Robin, sorry. So maybe I'll go check that out. Let's see, move this here. Oh, I did it kind of sharply. Kind of trying to figure out the beak shape there. And reset and sharpen. how much I should do it with the fuzz. Oh, the cursed fly returns again. This is why I really don't like summer. I mean, I like summer only when I'm at the beach. That is the only acceptable way to spend summer. No other whatsoever. What's your guys' favorite season? Mine is autumn, and it's kind of still is autumn, mostly because of Halloween. And the fact that kind of everything is slowing down, the year is ending, I kind of like that. It's less stressful. But ever since I kind of got more into gardening, I have to say that spring is starting to grow on me. There's just that enthusiasm of something new, of a new start. And just new stuff happening. I want to do kind of a darker leaf. Let's see. And kind of something like that. And then with the leaf here. And we're gonna start to have something more the way I was thinking it was gonna be, with the pansies in the back. Name this one Pansy 1, Pansy 2, and maybe some grass. I don't know. Let's see, what foliage do I have here? Okay, let's try this one. Let's see. Hey, Kirani! Happy whatever day of this week it is. It is, Wednesday? Yes, I know that. I totally did not look at the calendar. Oh, yeah. Good luck with work. Thank you so much for coming by. They let me go for a few hours due to pain. Oh, so sorry. Thank you, you're very kind. I'm kind of trying out to see if I should put like maybe more yellow pansies than these purple ones. Thank you. I still have a lot to do. Kind of trying to see if I'm at least going in the right direction. And I think I'll make this more yellow. Just because I think there's just too much purple in the image in the background, and it's kind of taking away from the birds. So I'm gonna try and see if I do a more yellowish version. if we'll make the birds stand out more. But how have you been? How's it going? I am ready for summer to end, even though it's gonna be a bit sad that my flowers are gonna die, but this heat has gotten to me. Also, I've had a bit of an issue with my blood pressure this year. So it's been hard to do anything around the house in this heat. But I'm hoping next year we'll be able to fix our air conditioning, and at least in the house it will be a safe space. Because now even if I want to just, you know, wash some dishes or like anything, clean the house, stuff like that is just too much. I have to do it like after 10 o'clock because it's just so hot all the time. It's exhausting. Next year I need to do linen wardrobe. Linen wardrobe, what do you mean by that? I mean, I kind of have only cotton clothing at the moment and not much of it because I'm in my own house. But yeah, it's just everything sticks and is sticky and sweaty and stinky. Open all the windows when the sun goes down. Yeah. At keeping you cool in the summer. Even better than cotton. Flax linen. I'll have to test that out and see. It has a lovely natural cool feeling to it. It's incredibly expensive due to insane process required to make it. Really? The mass manufacture it though through it's less labor intensive than it once was. Awesome. But the historical process is incredible to imagine. I'm trying to remember. Maybe I'm confusing it with something else. Flax linen. Maybe I'm confusing it with hemp. Because I know hemp is not that difficult to make, but flax... Let me see what flax is in Romanian, because I think I'm confusing the plants. Let's go to Google Translate. Let's write flax from English, and I want it in Romanian. Oh, the traditional Romanian clothing is made out of flax linen then. Interesting. Yeah, sure, link me the... So... Romanian clothing... Romanian dress. Let's see... Flex. Oh, no. F. Flex. Yep. Hey June, how are you? How's it going? We were just talking about flax linen as summer clothing. Kirani was just telling us how it's more comfortable in the summer to use these. And I just realized that the traditional Romanian clothing is made out of flax. Now I'm kind of curious what traditional clothing in Italy is made out of. I imagine it would be the same thing, flax linen. You would take your skin off. If you take your skin off, you would have a stroke from overheating, I think. So best leave it on. 40 degrees sounds horrible. Let me see how bad it's been for us, because we've had some horrible weather as well. Let me check and see. So today we had 34, but in other days we've had 39, which is close to 40. And it's been like pretty brutal. I've actually had issues with my balance, and I took my tension meter, the thing that measures your blood pressure, and it was actually just all over the place, like dropping and getting high, and it was just not good. And I know I'm only 32 going on 33 years old, but my dad had a stroke when he was 60 and it wasn't great, and like my whole family has issues on my mom's side mostly, but it's on both with blood pressure and stuff like that. So I'm trying to be aware of it earlier on to know if I need to go to the doctor and start medication, because this is what got my dad. He wasn't on any blood pressure medication because he just didn't think it was an issue and wasn't taking care of it. I do have like an elderly uncle, cousin, distant relative, and he's on blood medication. Of course, he's 60 or something, I don't know. And yeah, he has to take care of this stuff as well, and some other relatives that are kind of keeping their eye on it. It's an issue in the family, so you kind of have to be careful. And for the most part, the device that's measuring my blood pressure says I'm kind of in the yellow usually, so I will try to eat less salt. Thank you, Kairani. Wish you the best with work. Yeah, it is a horrible month. It is just so hot. July was terrible. August sucks so much. I look forward to September, and it's almost here, so that's good. I wish I would get here faster, because I can't do much of anything. Like, my siblings and I wanted to go bicycling this summer, but it's just been so hot that we just went 2 times and then nothing. And my husband is confirming that, yeah, the cat that has kept meowing a lot was my cat Susie. Guess she wants to be on the live stream again. Because she knows you guys will give her, will send me points to give her treats. But it's just too hot and I don't think I can take her and this heat. But once the temperatures get more civilized, I promise I'll try and bring her back. Also, I'm sure you guys will want to see more of Chorizo. He's our new little kitten. It's kind of funny how they're getting along at the moment. They are sometimes fighting, sometimes they're friendly. Chorizo got his face in the wet cat food, so he was dirty on his head with cat food. And we were surprised, like, why is Susie licking him? It's doubtful that it is affection, because they don't seem to like each other that much. He always tries to play with her tail, and she does not like that. And then we realized that she was just licking the cat food off of his head. Which, just ridiculous. I don't know how to fix these robins. I'll have to think more when it's less hot and my brain can function. So just converted these to smart objects so I can if I make an edit in one of these, it will update in the others. Yeah, autumn and spring, if it's not raining, it's awesome. You know, the springs in Michigan, the summers in Michigan were not this bad just because, like, summer didn't exist, really. Like, let's be honest. What was considered a summer in Michigan, I would not consider a summer. How did I do it before? I think this one was maybe... Nope. This one? Something. But I have to say that the winters were just too long and cold in Michigan. I rather have 4 seasons than 3. So I'm good. I will. So June Kirani is on Twitch in the Twitch chat and she's saying hi to you and bye bye. And thank you so much, Kirani, for joining us. Well, Restream should have been restreaming that to you, so I don't know why it's not working. I'm kind of upset with Restream. I'll be looking for something else to use. But until I find something else, I'll continue with it. Thank you so much for joining. Oh no, June Kirani is going because she's at work. It was just like her coffee break or something. She just wanted to drop by and say hi to us. I was supposed to do this live stream Sunday, but I wasn't feeling well. It was just a combination of the heat and biliary dyschezia I have that just gives me migraines. I have trouble digesting a lot of stuff, so That's kind of my issue. It's an ongoing, never-ending problem. I've been to the doctors to kind of see what can be done about it. They've yet to find an issue with it, so it's not my thyroid. Fortunately, I don't have any tumors or anything that shouldn't be there. Seems like it. So they don't really know what's going on. And yeah, that's kind of how it is. But it's very annoying because frequently I have like headaches and I can't work much or as much as I would like. Quite annoying. And it's just a bummer. Like my dad had it. Seems to be hereditary, mostly in women. My sister has it. Though it's not as bad for her as it is with me. Let's put this like way in the back. And those leaves that I was working on. to just fill in those gaps. The whole picture is kind of unbalanced. Let's see. So 13, 6.5, I guess, would be something like here. So that's the middle. And I would have to move the robins a bit, I guess. Because my picture is unbalanced. I kind of really love those branches. I don't want to move them too much to the left, but I have to, because my picture isn't balanced, and it was kind of bothering me. I don't know if it was bothering you guys. It just seemed way too off for me. There we go. And let's see, this orange here, I think I can erase it. And just put like darker stuff on it. And there's some foliage there. I guess I can erase that too. And yeah, so we'll kind of look something like this in the end. I am going to like open the smart object and then just go in and add more details, and that will update to all of these, and then I'll flatten them and kind of try and make them all unique and add shading and all of that, which I kind of need to focus and think more when I do it, so I'm gonna do that offline when I have like more reasonable temperatures. Because like right now it's hard for me to brain at all with this heat. So thank you so much for joining me during this live stream. Hope you enjoyed it. The next live stream I'm probably gonna do Ghibli stuff, and then after that I'm gonna do Keirani's third illustration, which is the poppies. So this one, I'm gonna have to finish this one as well. The first one was this one, with sort of a spring feel to it. Then we have kind of this summery one, sort of. Lilac is more of a spring flower. And after that we're gonna have the third one, which I kind of went for more autumn look, She wants these covers for her, what do you call it? The music platform. Oh my god. What was it called? The one, SoundCloud. There we go. So she has a podcast on SoundCloud and she does karaoke and things like that. So she wanted some art for her channel. So she commissioned me. If you want to commission me as well, you can find me on Fiverr. Or message me on my email or on Discord or whatever you can find me. And yeah, like I said, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Any questions or suggestions, feel free to tell me. I'm always happy to hear from you guys. And yeah, hope you have a good rest of the day or evening or morning or whatever it is where you are now. I wish you the best. Take care. Bye bye.